Yeah. Ugh. I'm so mad right now. I'm gonna rage. Just got out the DMV, man, I think I'm about to rage. Man, this government office makes me wanna let the beast out of the cage. I spent 3 hours waiting just to talk to a dude in a cage. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story, so let me just set the stage. Wake up in the morning on a Monday and it's early. I didn't even have time to eat, I got out the door in a hurry. I'm trying to get my car cleaned, titled, and registered, all before my concert the next day at 8:30. Okay, so I show up at my friend's place and I get the car clean. It's 3 in the afternoon and I'm still on the scene. I've still got lots of time to get to the DMV. So my friend takes off, then I slide down the street. I pull into the lot and I pull out my key. Look to my right for the papers on the seat. It's a paper title and a form that I really need, but I search for them all over and they're nowhere to be seen. I guess I left them at my friend's house, so now I gotta go back the same way. It was windy, so I was hoping the papers did not blow away. I was hoping her dad wasn't home cause he would tell me to go away. And by that I meant he would probably try to shoot me in the face. Pull up in the driveway and I jump out of the car. Luckily I found the papers without looking very far, so I take off once again for a second try. And unfortunately my Bluetooth speaker also died. Anyway, I pull into the lot and I see the subway. To the left is the DMV. It could still be a good day, cause I'm in the middle of nowhere. I thought that I made a good play. No line, it'd be quick and I'd be out on my way. Step into the place and there's like 100 people sitting down. I didn't even know there were 100 people in this little town. They gave me a number that got me down. They were serving 160 and I was number 191. Took a seat in the chair and I was not having fun. I was hopeful before, but the wait had just begun. But I couldn't leave now, I couldn't take off and run. So I sat down just wanting to get this thing done. I was trying to pass the time and luckily I had planned ahead. I brought my AirPods so I could put some music in my head. I was ready to listen to some songs, but then instead I realized I never charged them and they were dead. To get the full picture, there's a few more pieces you have to understand. I was sitting in that chair and I was trying to make some plans. I wanted to get some T-Bell with that very same friend, but I also had to pick up my other friend for another show at 6:30. Time was getting tight and I knew that they were counting on me. I didn't want to be late, but I also couldn't make any promises, cause I was still stuck in the DMV purgatory. Now that you understand that, let's get back to the story. Fast forward 2 hours, it's now 5 o'clock. They close in half an hour, but I'm still waiting like a rock. But I'm getting nervous, cause if I don't make it to the front of that line, all this waiting would have been wasted time. Anyway, it comes down to the wire, but luckily I make it up. I get up to the counter and I'm like, let's do this thing up. But the guy looks me in the face and told me I screwed it up, cause I didn't have my smog test. I swear I almost threw up, but I didn't throw up cause I didn't have anything to eat that day. So I told him just transfer the title and let me get on my way. He said I can do that and just come back the next day with the smog and the receipt to get my registration. So I walk out the door and of course I'm raging, cause I'm in a hurry now just from all of this waiting. Don't know if I'll even have time to eat this evening, but somehow it all manages to work out fine. My car's still not registered, but at least I got my title. Guy said it would be 8 weeks before I'd have it in the mail, but I can come back tomorrow and register and not go to jail. That was only the beginning. There's a whole nother day to this thing. There's so much. It just keeps going. Fast forward to the next day, I wake up and it's so freaking early, and I still got that concert tonight and it's still at 8:30, and it's in Seattle and I'm still trying to go there with my girlie, but I can't drive my car if it is not registered. Dude at the gas station almost filled it up with regular. I filled it up with premium as per the manufacturer. Gas is so expensive that it cost me $50. I can't keep this up, I'm not that much of a baller. On top of all that, I am so freaking thirsty. When I woke up in the morning, the faucet water was brown. I'm not drinking that water, I would rather leave town. And if everything went well, that's exactly what would go down. So I hit the DEQ, cause I'm trying to get my smog checked. I pull up before it opens, I am early as heck, but the line's already longer than a DJ set. But it's all good, cause I'm in the car and I'm blasting 100 gex. Got my smog checked and everything went very smoothly. They gave me the papers and I was like, okay, thank you, groovy. I pulled out the lot, I was smooth like a smoothie. like my life was a movie. Next stop was the DMV. I arrived from the north, and I tried to go inside, but they had locked the front door. I was miffed, but it just meant that I had to walk a little more. And to my delight, the line inside was very short. I sat down in the chair, and this time my AirPods were charged. I was feeling really good. I was finally gonna register my car. The dude at the door said that it would not be hard, 'cause I have my smog check receipt and ID card. I got up to the window, I was like, let's do this thing. But then the dude at the window hit me with a boomerang. He said I had to wait for the paper title and it wouldn't arrive for 2 weeks. I was like, dude, how could you do this to me? The guy yesterday said I would be fine with the receipt, and the guy at the door said my documents were neat. But then I looked around and that guy was nowhere to be seen. So all I could even do at this point was leave. I walked out of the building and I was boiling with rage today. The main thing is I didn't even have to go there yesterday. I waited 3 hours then just to ruin my day today. 'Cause if I didn't transfer the title, then I could've had my place today. But then I went home and mom let me borrow the whip. Got my girl, got water, got gas and dip. We were making good time, I was feeling just fine. After all this time, I could just unwind. And we made it to Seattle and checked in quick. Laid down for a minute and I gave her a kiss. It was nice to be here after all of this. Sick tricks from the DMV I witnessed. We kicked it in the park and had a picnic. Touch of mischief, we got our quick fix. And I finally got a bit of happiness. Now it's time for the show, it was time for me to go. So we hopped in the car and then we got on the road. And then she dropped me at the venue, the one place that I know. And I pulled up my ticket right on my phone, but wait. How could you seriously do this right now? Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me right now? How could you actually do this? You gotta be you're joking. You're actually joking. After all I've been through, they canceled my ticket. They canceled my ticket. I can't believe it, but they canceled my ticket. They sent me a link to claim, but I didn't click it. 3 minutes after the doors opened, the seller canceled the ticket. There was a line of like 100 people coming out of the door. I seriously cannot do this anymore. I literally paid $200 to get in this show. How you gonna cancel my ticket? I bought this thing 6 months ago. How can I only have 12 hours to claim the ticket the whole time I was on the road? If I knew what you looked like, I'd find you in line and punch you in the nose. And I saw the link to claim it earlier, but I was busy at the DMV. I mean, seriously, dude, how could you even do this to me? Sam Myers, if I had your email, I'd sign you up for Scientology. Sam Myers, if I had your email, I'd sign you up to join the military. Sam Myers, if I knew where you lived, I'd come to your house and fill it with beans. Sam Myers, I hope you have to flip it 5 times every time you try to use a USB. And I had to reset my StubHub password just to try and find the receipt. And then I had to go and find a security guard and beg him for mercy. And luckily he was very understanding and I got very lucky. But that doesn't change the fact that you just stole $200 from me. Seriously, like, they never even gave me a refund. I didn't even get a refund for the $200 after he canceled the ticket, like 1 minute after the show opened. I owe my life to the security guard who let me in anyway after seeing the receipt, but it wasn't guaranteed that I would have gotten in. Sam Myers, you should be ashamed of yourself. You thought that was the end. I thought that was the end. Seattle had more in store for me. Of course it had more in store for me. I had had enough, man. At this point, I had had enough. Just one thing after another. Just trying to enjoy myself. Let me just have a little vacation. Have a break for a little bit. Just give me a break. There was more. The next day, I was walking downtown Seattle. I got scammed on the street. 2 guys walked up and started speaking very quickly. And then they handed me 2 mixtapes that I thought were for free. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. That's what I like to see. Then the guy was like, let me just get a little bit of green. I was like, sorry, man, I do not have any. I told him I had no cash, but he pulled out a credit card machine. It was like for debit cards, there's a $2 fee. Bro hustled me out of $42 for 2 CDs. I'm not even gonna shout him out cause I don't want him to succeed. Bro already got 30 more monthly listeners on Spotify than me. Bro handed me his mixtape and had the nerve to say it was he. The beginning of each song sounds like a Nokia cell phone. Bro immediately lost the beat and could not find his way home. Every time he sang on the track he had horrible tone. I'd rather pay $42 to choke on a scone. How you had auto-tune on and you still sang out of key. If you're ever in Portland, please stay away from me. And how you posted on the cover flexing so much cheese. You were literally on the street begging me for money. How you flexing in the song, you said you're trying to keep the lights on. There was one dude there who brought his actual son. I told him I literally only had enough money to get home. but the $42 was a lesson learned, cause I realized I need to be a little more stern, and I gotta hold on to my money a little more firm.